Welcome back to the channel. I'm Rocket Design and I love to share digital art tips, especially for Procreate. In today's video, we're going to go beyond the basics and look at some of my more advanced Procreate features which I truly love and use every single day. Good for beginners and advanced users. Let's jump straight into the first one. Making sure your most used are in your quick menus and making different quick menus. Now, what is a quick menu? If we squeeze on the Apple Pencil, we're going to get our quick menu that appears. Now, these are customizable. This is a really great area where you can put things, and maybe these things that you're trying to find, you normally would have to dig through different menus to find them. Maybe they're specific brushes. But one of the reasons I included this in today's video is you can create multiple quick menus. A lot of people forget this one. So once we have our quick menu open, we can tap and hold on each of these little boxes around and we can choose from a myriad of different options in there. One of my favorite is select brush. We can have it be whatever we want to set it to. But another really great part of these quick menus is if we tap on the middle box, we get a quick menu that appears. As you can see here, I've got a general one. When I tap on that, I get different options, mainly related more to the canvas itself. If I go back in there, I have one set up for realism. Not a lot of stuff in here, but different types of brushes that I usually use for Procreate. Get to know your quick menus, put your most used items or brushes, whatever they are, in these quick menus and make multiple quick menus. Next up, making sure you're locking layers. If you've never locked layers in Procreate, you are truly missing out. It's a fantastic way to take your art further, but really just make sure you're controlling your layers and making sure no accidents happen. Let's have a look at what I mean. We're going to tap on our layers on the top here and we can see I've got a lot of different layers in this piece that I created. And for instance, maybe I like the top of the head here. If I go in and toggle this on and off, I can see that this is what I want it to be. It looks good, I'm happy with it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go across and I'm going to lock this layer. Now, why is this important? Well, in a piece like this, for example, I've got a lot of different layers happening and there's different groups in here and it can be really hard to remember where things are, and sometimes you might accidentally delete something that you don't want to delete. Locking this layer means that I can't delete that. It has been locked, which is great, but it's also going to mean that when I'm grouping layers, maybe I take two fingers here and squeeze together, I can combine a layer. If layers are locked, they won't combine, which is going to be really great, especially again when you are working with this many layers. Make sure you're locking layers. It will save the day and it will help you really organize things in your layers and help you create some amazing artwork. Next one up, grouping your layers. I've been using this one for a long time, and when I really started getting good at this was when I was able to really create some highly detailed pieces, because I was able to really compartmentalize different things in the artwork itself and make sure I could go back to each one of those. Just like this part here we talked about in the previous tip, the top of the head, we can toggle that on and off and we can see that all these layers in here helped me really define this face and make it something really special in the end. But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I just had all these layers strewn about all over the place. I made sure I grouped them and then I can toggle them on and off, but we're also going to make sure we name those groups as well. Let's have a look. So if we go up to the top here, I have layer 33 here, which is the drool coming down in the front. And I've also got a little bit of the face on the alien's left side here. As an example, say I wanted to group these two, which I probably wouldn't normally do. I'm going to press and hold on one of the layers and I'm going to drag it on top of the other layer until I make a group with those layers in there. Once that's grouped, I can expand it or collapse it. I can tap on the title and tap again. It's going to allow me to rename it. I can flatten it. There's so many options there, but the main part is I can really start to break this apart. I can have the head in its own group, the body in its own group, the background in its own group, the tail in its own group. I can name those. I can really figure out where everything is and where I want it, and I can go back to it in the end if I do need to change things about that section of the piece. Grouping layers really changed the game for me, and I know it can change the game for you as well. So get out there and start grouping those layers. And the last one we're going to be talking about today is getting to know your gestures. Now, if you're not using gestures, I don't blame you. It's not something I use all the time, but there is one specific one I love to use, and that is scrub to clear. Now, you'll have to have this turned on. Where we're going to do that, top left-hand corner, we're going to go to our Actions tab again. We're going to go under Preferences. We're going to look at Gesture Controls, and this one is under Clear Layer. At the top there, you can see Scrub, and I have it turned on. It says scrubbing back and forth with 3 fingers clears the layer. I love this one. I'm going to show you what it does. We're going to take 3 fingers, scrub back and forth, and it clears that layer. Not something I use all the time, but if I am really trying to get a base layer of an image down, maybe really try and think about the initial concept, and I'm going back and forth with something on a single layer and I really don't like it, I can go ahead and just 3 fingers, get rid of that one, and we're good to go again. This might not be something you use all the time, but go into the gestures section, have a look at scrub, but also have a look at so many other options here. We have erase options, we have quick menu options like we talked about earlier. We even have layer selection options there as well. Gestures are a really great way to go a little bit further and really make you feel more connected with Procreate and allow you to do some things which you might not have thought about doing before using gestures. Get out there and give these a go. You might just be surprised how effective they are. And there you have it, 5 super effective Procreate features which take it a little bit further in this fantastic app and can really supercharge your workflow and creativity. So that begs the question, which of these features are you most excited to try? Or which ones do you already use? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Procreate related tutorials and tips coming your way very soon. And until the next video, get out there and let's get creative.